I'm not actually broke, so why does it feel like I am? Bills are paid, nothing is overdue, life seems normal on the surface, yet there's this constant pressure in the background, a quiet tension that never fully goes away, a feeling that money is always one step ahead of you. If that sounds familiar, there's a reason for it, and it has very little to do with how much money you earn. Feeling broke isn't always about numbers, it's about uncertainty. It's about not knowing how long your money will last, where it quietly disappears, or how close you are to losing control if something unexpected happens. Even when the math technically works, the emotional side doesn't always agree. Money is emotional long before it's logical. That's why this feeling can exist even when income is stable. One reason this happens is because money decisions rarely feel important. They feel small, casual, routine. A coffee on the way to work, a quick online purchase, another subscription that feels insignificant. Each decision feels harmless on its own, but together they create noise, and noise creates stress. When money decisions happen automatically, your brain loses a sense of control, and when control disappears, the mind fills the gap with worry. Another powerful factor is comparison. You don't even need to try. You scroll, you watch, you absorb other people's lifestyles without noticing. Better homes, more travel, more freedom. Slowly, your internal standard shifts. What once felt comfortable now feels behind, not because your situation changed, but because your reference point did. This is how feeling broke sneaks in, not through lack, but through comparison without context. What makes this difficult is that there's no obvious mistake, no dramatic failure, no single bad choice, just a slow buildup of pressure, and pressure without clarity feels heavy. Here's the part that often gets misunderstood. Financial comfort does not come from having more money. It comes from understanding how money behaves in your life. Predictability creates calm. Uncertainty creates stress, even if the numbers stay exactly the same. That's why awareness matters more than discipline. Strict budgets often fail because they focus on control without understanding. Awareness works because it changes the relationship first. Awareness doesn't mean tracking every dollar. It means noticing patterns, noticing what triggers spending, noticing emotional decisions, noticing habits that repeat without thought. Once patterns become visible, money stops feeling mysterious. This creates a pause, a small moment between impulse and action, and that pause is powerful because it gives you a choice. At first, nothing dramatic changes. Your income stays the same, your lifestyle looks the same. But internally, something shifts. Spending feels less rushed, decisions feel calmer, money feels quieter. Here's something interesting. For many people, the feeling of being broke fades before savings increase and before income grows, because clarity feels safer than excess. Control feels better than more. Over time, small changes stack up. You stop leaking money through unconscious habits. You start spending with intention instead of emotion. You trust yourself more, and trust reduces stress. This is what real financial stability looks like. Not flashy, not exciting, not dramatic, just steady. Money comes in, money goes out, and nothing feels out of control. If money constantly feels stressful, it doesn't mean you're bad with money. It often means your habits developed without awareness, and habits can be understood. Improving your financial life doesn't require extreme changes. It starts with slowing down, with noticing, with asking simple questions like, why did I spend this? How did this become automatic? Does this habit actually serve me? When confusion is removed, money becomes easier to manage. Not perfect, not effortless, just clearer. That's what this channel is about, explaining everyday money habits so finances feel less overwhelming and more manageable. Because when money makes sense, life feels lighter.